flick up on the stick and just let the movie play. So this year we're going back to a 1-to-1 system, which feels pretty good in my opinion, and it looks a lot better because of the new tech we put in to like improve the blends and the transitions. So it feels better, looks better than it did 2 years ago when it was like that. But yeah, you can feel much more connected 1-to-1 with your ball handler when you're just.
Last year, no dip. Is it back? Any changes? What can you tell us about no dips?
Yeah, the dips are back, but they're different. So we added a badge, and what it does is at the highest level, of the badge, it kind of acts like last year. But as you, on the lower levels, or if it's unequipped, then your no dips are a lot slower and not as effective. So you actually have to, there's actually a shooting penalty attached to no dipping. So, you know, if you're
shooting the green window.
Yeah, so the penalty will be basically in your rating. Basically, it's like if you were a shooter, if you're no dipping all the time. So you got to kind of weigh the consequences of, well, should I take a smaller green window if it gives me a chance to get the shot quicker, or should I kind of settle and take a more, relaxed shot to get.
Instant happiness is here at Rent-A-Center. You could get instantly approved for up to $4,000. Shop for anything you want in-store or online, up to $4,000, all without using credit. Go on, get happy instantly.
The first size window.
And does that badge just affect the speed of the no dip or reduce the penalty?
Yeah. So the higher the badge, then the smaller the penalty. I'm not sure where I'm going to land there yet with penalty. That's going to be kind of work in progress, but I kind of want to put it on everybody, even like the highest level of the badge, so that it's not like just like 2K26. Because it's already going to be fast. So it's already like, I don't want to get a badge. Like, we got to get no dip badge, because it's like 26. But I still want there to be a cost to using that mechanic generally. So it'd probably be a really small penalty, maybe not enough, but we'll see. We're going to try and play around with that.
Any new features added to 2K27 that you think are noteworthy, that'll maybe give a little buzz to these last few weeks?
Well, since we're talking about gameplay, I was trying a couple of small things. So one small but kind of cool addition this year is that, the alley finish button that you have, it's no longer random. It's looking at where the pass is coming from, and then you want to map the direction of the pass to the button that's on the sticks. So if the pass is coming from the right, you get circle. If it's coming from the left, it's square. Make sense? Yep. And you can also use the right stick for that too. So pass coming from your right, hold to the right, from the left, hold to the left, or behind, go down. So a little mechanic, but it makes it a little more predictable if you read the play. There's a new no-look pass mechanic, which is kind of fun to use, where if you're holding R1, it'll procedurally make the ball handler turn his head, kind of look away, and then use the right stick to throw the pass in the direction you want to throw it to. So it'll give you a little boost to kind of thread the needle a little bit at the cost of, if you're a bad passer especially, at the cost of seeing more like fumble catches and stuff. So that's kind of cool. One of my favorites is the step-through mechanic. So what we're doing with this is like, how Ant is always like doing pump fakes and then take another 2 steps to get to the rim, to get the shots off. So anytime you pick up your dribble, after a live dribble, you can do a step-through jumper or layup by holding the right stick in like 1 of 5 directions. So pretty cool. Not a lot of people are using it yet, but when they see how powerful it is, then they'll start using it again. They're not again, but start using it because it's just a cool way to score, and a different way to score. Going back to dribbling, a nice little addition is you can do, the movies, the size of movies you do by holding sprint and flicking up on right stick. It's kind of a canned movie you get. We have a bunch of moving ones now. So if you're driving and you flick up on the stick, you can get a nice moving size up. So a nice way to break down your defender before you attack.
The place you call home is important to you, so it's important to Allstate. Home is where you make all your best memories. Nice work, you two. If it's important to you, it's important to us. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Whatever you think, you can make it an even bigger thing with Gamba, the thing that makes anything a thing.
Hey guys, it's your favorite Unc here. Go ahead and click that subscribe button below so you don't miss a single episode of Nightcap. That button right here. Come for the sport, stay for the story. Celtics owner Bill Chisholm admits he needed to be convinced to trade Jaylen Brown. I needed to be convinced. I definitely have a level of trust in Brad Stevens and his team, but as a fan, that was tough. Joe, do you believe he had to be convinced?
I think so. I think with the type of money that they was going to have to spit out to him, you know, it probably didn't take a lot of damn convincing, but I think he did have to be convinced. Yeah, I think he did. And I think they all was on the same page. And then when you look at analytics, bro, they've changed the game to where, you know, you got guys who buy these teams who really don't know a whole hell of a lot about the sport.
Hedge funds and all that stuff.
You know what I mean? So you got all kind of people in here trying to help them make decisions, and hell, they don't know. They don't know.
Yeah, I think the thing is that it's like, look, if we don't trade him, he's going to want an extension. And the extension is going to be 2 years, $142 to $145 million. And then you have Jason Tatum coming up a year after that, and he's going to want an extension. And his extension is going to be somewhere between $150 million. So the question is, do you want going that second apron? Because that's what everybody's afraid of.
Yep.
The second apron.
With all your money tied up in two players, hell, don't no team want that.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm joking.
So me personally, I don't think it took as much convincing as because look, he has to say this. It's a scorching sports summer, and you can make all your picks on Prize Picks. Women's basketball and baseball are heating up, and every football preseason game kicks off this month on Prize Picks. With Big Tennis Slams and major golf tournaments on the horizon, there's no better place for all your summer sports picks than Prize Picks, America's #1 sports pick app. Speaking of the W, have you seen the spectacle? Minnesota's Olivia Miles, the best rookie since Candace Parker. She's super fun to watch, and I've been putting her in my lineup basically every game. I can add her points and assists to the same lineup. Then I'll add one more player and enjoy the night's game. Plus, I can stack a game winner, spread, or total from the W on top of the player's pick and get even bigger payout when I'm right. One lineup, one app, all the picks. Prize Picks is now available in all 50 states, including California, Texas, Georgia, and Florida. The biggest stars in women's basketball are in the heart of their season, and there's no better place to run your game on the W than Prize Picks, America's #1 sports pick app. Vegas, baby, more. Download the app today. Use code Shannon to get $150 instantly in lineups when you play your first $5 lineup. That's code Shannon to get $150 instantly in lineups when you play your first $5. Prize Picks, America's #1 sports pick app. Yeah, he has to say this. I don't think it took as much convincing as he'd like for us to believe that it took. I just don't believe that.
And you know,
now, I'm not saying that he doesn't have trust, and he should have trust. Those guys are running his team and trying to bring in the best players. But I don't believe, for me personally, I don't believe it took him as much convincing as he'd like for us to believe.
you know they're going to say the right things, probably to save face, huh? They always say the right things.
And with this big trade, you know, it kind of catapulted Philly into another stratosphere, because if you don't trade Jaylen Brown to Philly, Brown don't go to Philly.
You don't believe so?
Nah, not if JB ain't down. I don't think he goes to Philly. I think he really wanted to go to New York, but the fact that they won it, hell, he couldn't go there. Right. So this is probably one of the next biggest market, considering the fact that he's coming from LA. Like, Philly is a huge market, bro. They're a sports town fanatic, and he know they hadn't won in some odd years. He's gonna bring them to the promised land.
I hope so. Obi, takes that. Yeah. I hopefully this ain't no situation where
Where's the reverse?
his team.
What the hell?
The Lakers, when they had Carmelo and Bron and what was that? Was that Westbrook?
Yeah.
They all had all those guys. I hope it ain't a situation like that. Or the old Eagles. Remember when the Eagles had Vince Young and Michael Vick and all those guys and they ain't do nothing?
Yep.
So I just hope it's not another situation like that. Go ahead, Joe.
No, I don't think it's going to be that situation. Bro, the elder statesman, the rest of those guys are fairly young, okay, Ocho. Even JB probably ain't but 30 here. He probably just turned 30.
31.
You know, I think all those guys still got a lot of basketball left in them and a lot of great basketball left in them.
Just for saying that, y'all should get blasted.
What the hell, Embiid?
Jaylen Brown is 27 years old.
How good is Embiid? What his health going to be?
30,
how many games will he be able to play in the regular season? And will he be back? I don't want to say MVP form, but will his productivity be elite? Because that's what they're going to need to get over the hump. You're going to need Embiid to be a dog down there.
I'm trying to look up something right quick.
I know you is.
Go ahead, guys.
I can tell you is.
What you looking for, man?
What you looking for?
Hey, Joe.
You sure ain't no 31, man.
Honestly, to tell you the truth, I heard what you said when I went to use the restroom. If Jaylen Brown didn't come to Philly, LeBron would have went to the Knicks.
No. I said I don't think Brown would have went to Philly if Jaylen Brown wasn't there. He couldn't go to the Knicks, Ocho, because they won it. But I think if they didn't win it, I think that's where he would have went.